It's Sports Bit time, Friday, February 9th, 2018. Let's get right into it. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books on the way. Plus, not one, not two, not three, four big game breakdowns, including Clippers, Pistons tonight, and three in college hoops action for tomorrow. I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm recording off a backup computer today. That means I'm going to have to look this way a lot of the times when I'm reading my notes. So I'm not going to be able to make eye contact with you. That's one of the key things you have to do in these videos. Unfortunately, for today, I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of that. Let's get, because I have to read my notes. Trust me, you don't want me going off the cuff. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. Kind of a bad beat last night. I don't know if I'm going to call it a bad beat. The Hornets +3 against the Trailblazers. They lost by 6 in overtime, but of course, they were down by 15 in the fourth quarter of that game. And ordinarily, we call it a bad beat when a dog doesn't cover an OT. But frankly, the Hornets were a little bit lucky to be there. What were they down? They were down 17 with just over 7 minutes to play. They rallied to tie it with a minute 45 left. Neither team scored in the final minute 45 of regulation. Portland gets the win. Portland gets the cover. Portland gets the money. Tough beat for Hornets backers, even though Kemba Walker got named as a reserve to the All-Star team. Bad bets. Well, there were plenty of those last night. Knicks and Raptors. Someone was betting this game over. And I mean, steaming it over. 209 up to 213.5. Landed 201. I didn't understand the over money one iota. The Knicks without their best offensive weapon in Porzingis. And the Knicks, as we talked about yesterday here on Sportsbit, a team with legitimate point guard problems against quality defensive foes. Knicks offense didn't do a whole lot last night. Game stays well under the total. Knicks Raptors overs got steamed up. That was a bad bet. Not the only bad bet. This was kind of a tough one. Hawks +2 to -1 versus Magic. Orlando won the game by 2, covering the pushing against the opening number and winning all the bets thereafter. If there's anything that the NBA needed to say, yeah, we really want sports betting. Sports betting is good for us. Here's a game where we have two teams that have no strong fan bases, no strong national, no superstars. Two teams battling for last place in the Southeast Division. And there's a huge line move. Bettors are all over it. That's why Adam Silver should be embracing gambling for his product. All of a sudden, Hawks Magic gets interesting every single night. Bad bets. Well, let's see. Georgia Tech took money last night. That wasn't pretty. Yellow Jackets +10 to +7.5 against Louisville. They lost that game by 23. No Dengadell, no problem for the Cardinals. That was an injury-related move. It had zero impact on the game flow. Bad for books last night. Well, North Carolina against Duke. The Battle of Tobacco Road. Tar Heels +1 to -1.5 against the Blue Devils. They won the game by 4. North Carolina rallied from down 12 early. They took control. They simply played better basketball. Only 2 turnovers for the entire games, along with 17 offensive rebounds. When you're valuing possessions like that and getting all those extra possessions, it goes a long, long way. And of course, the overbettors felt pretty good when it was sitting at 94 at halftime. ESPN stats and info. North Carolina finished with 2 turnovers, tied for its fewest in a game in school history. It also had 2 in a 1997 NCAA tournament game against Fairfield. 2 turnovers in 40 minutes of basketball. That's impressive. Bad for books last night. Celtics Wizards certainly stands out. Some shops probably going to accept getting beat on the line move in exchange for a not landing in the middle. They're paying out both sides, which easily could have happened in last night's game. But you're not going to call Boston getting bet from +1.5 to -2 and then winning the game in overtime a good result for the books. Probably not as bad as it would have been had the Celtics won by 1. But, Boston, they blew a big lead down the stretch. They out-scrapped the Washington Wizards in the overtime sessions. You can see Mark Morris on the floor there, creating trouble for Washington. Boston, not a good result for the books. And boy, you want to talk about a steam move. Oregon, -5 up to -9 against Washington. Spent the whole day, and the guys behind the counter scrambling around. What injury did we miss? What did we not see? No, there wasn't any key injuries. But Oregon was supremely motivated off a lesser showing. Let's put it that way. The Huskies got rolled in that contest. All the Oregon money cashes with ease. Books took a bath on the Ducks and the Huskies. Big game breakdown coming up next, right here on Sportsbook, starting with Clippers Pistons. We'll get right into it in just one moment. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.